Okay, hello and welcome to the second video in the series for learning Python. And basically we're going to start describing what Python is, and we're going to download Python also so that you can see how you can install this in your computer. I'm actually using Windows, but it's very easy to install this in Ubuntu or in Mac computers as well. So I'm going to show you the path to do that, okay? But first place, I think that Wikipedia is a very great website in which you can start knowing about something. You have to be very careful because everyone can edit this website, so you may have wrong information, but in general you're going to have a good perspective of what things are and what they include by looking at this website for the topic that you require. So Python is a programming language, as you can see. It is a general purpose, it is a dynamic programming language interpreted, and it is of course a high level programming language, which means that it has a lot of abstractions, it's written in C, and this is very important because, as it says, it is designed to be very readable, and it's made to have a lot of instructions so that you can make very complicated stuff in just a few lines of code, as you will see. So this is a very important part as well. It supports multiple programming paradigms. So for example, object-oriented, which means you can work with classes, methods, imperative, functional programming. I kind of like this one because it's for example, the Scala language that is used for data science is functional programming, and but we're just going to go for the procedural style, okay, and the object-oriented style as well. We don't require anything else. Okay, so it features a dynamic type system and automatic memory management, as you will see in the console in a few minutes that I'm going to show you, okay? But first, for the download, it is very easy to do. You just go to the Python website. I mean, just follow this protocol, this host, and you don't have to request any page. Go to the downloads, and there are two options: Python 3.6 and Python 2.7. Actually, I was using Python 2.7 until the last months. I really liked it, but as I have seen in an Enthought video, I mean, it's a channel from YouTube that shows videos of Python. Python 2.7 is going to be deprecated. It's going to be supported until 2020. But it is not going to receive it. It's not going to be updated with major upgrades in the next 4 years. So it's better to migrate to Python 3.6. Actually, 3.6 is a pretty recent upload. I have installed in my computer Python 3.5, which works just fine as well. Okay, another interesting thing that you have to take into account is that Python 3.5 cannot be used on Windows XP. Of course, I mean, who has Windows XP anymore? It's better to have even Linux. Okay, so maybe you want to download this, one button, and download the installer, okay, which is going to be pretty easy. So my internet is kind of slow, but it will download in a few seconds, okay? So in the meantime, we're just keep working with this. I think I haven't said this, but this programming language is designed by Guido van Rossum, a very smart guy who is kind of old right now, but he has made a lot of contributions to the computer science field, okay? So this is Guido van Rossum. And as you will see, Python is a programming language that has everything you need. I mean, you have all the data structures. You have very easy ways to reproduce code or to write your own code and to make very hard things in a few lines. And you have a lot of libraries. You have scientific libraries. I mean, for computer science, for scientific programming. For example, you have NumPy, which is going to be really useful in the application of machine learning algorithms. You have pandas that works really well for for data science, you have scikit-learn, which is just great, and you have TensorFlow, which is the latest library for deep learning, which has been released in the midst of 2016, and it is from Google. I mean, Google created that library, and it is just great. Okay, another thing that you might be interested in is perhaps you know C or C++ from a different background. Python is kind of the same. A few things change, as you will see, but you will know that it is very, very, very easy to work with. Okay, so suppose that we have already downloaded, and right now we're just going to press the icon of the Python 3.6, and we're going to install this. So here you have two options. In the first place, I would recommend to check this box, install for all users, and add Python 3.6 to pad, so that you can work with Python from the console, so you don't have to move to the C folder and start Python by that. Okay, use the customize installation. Don't check anything here. This is the one that you care about. Normally in Windows, I mean shitty Windows is going to make a very weird path for your installation, so try to, I personally like to install things, I mean important things, in the C folder, so it is easier to work with, and I'm going to show you that. So this is my C folder, and here I have actually here I have Python 2.7 and Python 3.5. Okay, so these are the two folders, as you can see right over here. So if you don't check the box that I showed you before, I mean the add Python 3.6 to path, then you will have to move to your path and start the Python console from there. Okay, but if you press this, you are going to be able to do that from any place. For example, we're going to go to my home folder, which is another folder. So in case you don't know about this, we're moving to the documents, we start Python, and there you go, you have your console. Your console in every path that you want. Okay, so customize your installations, change this, and then install your Python. Okay, that's the only thing that you're going to require for this. Of course, I'm going to cancel because I already have Python. Okay, so now we're moving to check a few things about Python, and okay, I had a problem with my keyboard, but let's move on. Okay, so this console is an interpreted, I mean it has memory management, and it is a dynamic programming language because you can execute codes here on the console. So you can print hello world, and print, as you can see, you can print screen, you can print strings in a very easy way, machine learning, and it is kind of different to use. So for example, this is the print function. You have to use parentheses always, and you can actually place commas between the data types that you want to show, and it's going to show. It's very easy to do, and besides of that, you can use a lot of different types. So it is very easy to do, and it's very intuitive. As you can see, you can think of a lot of things that you can do already with this. Okay, so this means that it is a dynamic programming language, and it doesn't require a compilation, just as C++ or C, that in which you have to write your whole code, and after you write your whole code, you have to compile your code and check for the answer. So this is just on the go, and to show you that, I'm going to show you that you don't need to compile anything, and for that we're going to write a small program using the notepad. And for example, we're going to import numpy as np, import math, and this is the main function that you use. This is like equivalent to in C++, you have int main, right? And you have to write your code there. But in Python, this is the way in which you create a main function. You don't really require this. You can execute your commands on the go without using this main, but if you want to have some sort of organization, you can use it. Okay, this is very important, the indentation. About the indentation, actually, remember that after the main, after every control statement that you use, and even after each function, you have to use semicolon, and then you have to place a space. That space is the indentation, and means that the code that's going to follow is part of that control statement, function, or main statement, as in this case. So we're going to just make something simple because we don't know very hard stuff, and we're going to place hello world 3. Okay, so we just save this file, save, we close this, and okay. So now remember the folder that we have the file right over there, and we're going to use python test.py, and there you have it. The output is right on the same console, so it's very easy to interpret, and you can make the modifications there. Of course, you can use another IDE for your code. I just use Notepad for the very simple stuff, and because I really hate Windows, and in Windows I don't have the things that I really like. So, for example, we're going to clear this. What do we have here? Here we have the Ubuntu console that is for Windows. I really like this as well, and as you can see, in Ubuntu it is the same thing. You just write your functions as the way that you like, and you have the console, and you also have another editor which is called Nano. So test.py, import numpy as np, and I'm going to use this to show you that you don't require a main function. So you can use hi, my name is Rodrigo 3, and then you save the file, and we have to wait a little bit because the Ubuntu console is kind of slow, but there you go. You have the same results on Windows and Ubuntu, and I don't have a Mac, but it's basically the same. Okay, so that's it for this video.